I've been thinking recently, and with the massive amount of hate that has been on Honkai Star Rail, Genshin Impact, and Nintendo Zone Zero, I would expect these games to fail. Every time I go online, all I see is negativity, negativity, negativity about how your games coming from these Wuthering Waves content creator. And I wonder, why is Genshin Impact and other games doing so successful despite this constant attack by these Wuthering Waves players that can't keep Genshin Impact out of their mouth? And I think about it, and I look at all the outrage that has been going on by the community in particular, and I realize that these people that are being outraged, that are losing it, that are complaining left, right, and center, are not playing the game. So they're not affecting the game in any way. Like, the revolution is absolutely there, but if the revolution is coming from people that already quit the game and are not even contributed to the game, there will be no changes. Because, take for example, these people that are complaining are the ones that are quit, the ones that are outside of the community. Now, let's put a better example, outside of the company. And they quit, right? And the company that you and I are working at made a policy change that we're okay with, but them that quit are literally outraged about. And they run their protests and they're complaining and stuff like that, but nothing really changed. Why is that? Because they're not employed here. They're outside of the community. And that is what I've been thinking that is happening recently with all these Wuthering Waves content creators that sole purpose is to bring down Genshin Impact completely. And why it never really seems to work despite the hundreds of thousands of videos these content creators make bashing Genshin Impact time and time again, yet time and time again it's more successful than Wuthering Waves by far, which is quite interesting for me to see this. This campaign, this great campaign to bring down Genshin Impact will never ever work because this revolution is not affecting the game whatsoever. And no matter what they do, no matter how much they whine and bitch and complain about HP inflation and this and that, it will never ever change. So people like Saint Tontas and Tectone and Glaive Kiev and Ethan and all the other slop content creators, you don't really need to worry about them because they're really never ever convincing anybody new apart from the community that they've festered to circle jerk each other. So I'm not necessarily worried about it. It's just something that I've been thinking about recently, in particular after dealing with Tecton's community, that this revolution that they all try to aspire for is not really changing or moving the needle of these games in particular, especially in Genshin, that is primarily a lore game.